Hello everyone. Okay, just wait a second. I will just put on some nice background music. Okay, I totally forgot with all the lead up and stuff that I really do want like to have some like I had some background music. Okay, now here I am and talking about like Formula One because today the long wait is over. Formula One is back in the boys, back in town, and after 3 plus 3 days of sorry 3 plus 3 days of testing, and we already have the free practice sessions being played up, but don't get ourselves too that far. Don't go too far ahead. Let's just talk about a little bit of testing because if anything like this season's like the testing was like the muddiest for like a long time. Like everyone has anticipated something different, and we get it in form of the cars that. These cars are looking so different, especially around the sidepod area, which is like basically the same like as basically is so different. Like each team has like a different solution. Yes, we can like categorize those with some common generalizations, but all the teams have all the teams only have only have small similarities. Let me just have like a compilations. Oh come on! I kind of forgot it. Kind of forgot it. I kind of forgot it. I kind of forgot it. Like I swear I could have seen or there's a comparison with the side pods and the stuff with all the cars. Hmm. Sorry, but wasn't wasn't preparing it too much for the image. Okay, just like 1 second. Oh, no, although I forgot like to put on the music. Oh dear. Meanwhile, I will be like just sliding in my stuff with the images. Okay, so basically that's it. Like even the initial designs, like for example, this is this image from Barcelona, just like even. I mean this one's better because like they are showing they are showing all covering almost all kinds of the type or all kinds of the sideboard types. So basically, basically like there are like there are things like Mercedes and Williams are going to size zero. That is even more similar with Mercedes' current sidepod philosophy, which basically just basically they are just like tight, very tight, very tight, very tightly wrapped around the cars. And there is also like a Ferrari kind of way, which is which would be only similar, which is similar to like to Ha. Only one thing, only team similar, which has like kind of like a Haas, which is going, which one is going wide and have like have like some sort of channel within them. Whereas Red Bull is the Red Bull and AlphaTauri, for example, and going for like a big undercut. Whereas like there is other teams like Aston Martin and Alfa Romeo also have like in case some sort of have some similarities within the side pods, because basically essentially they have such extreme undercuts they can be considered like a more similar to like double floor, like for the Ferraris 20 Ferraris like 92 Scar. And the development doesn't stop there. Like for example, Red Bull has like Red Bull has like a different side pod now compared to the image I showed. And also like also Alpine has some like improvement on the side pod to just like make up like the kind of like a channel like thingy with raise the sides of their side pods. Okay. Sorry, I have to go away for like a little break. I will be coming back soon. Okay. Okay. Now, now that I'm back, I want to talk about the pretty like more of the predictions based on testing because because this because regarding the power regarding the power level of the teams. There were this was probably the one of the muddiest preseason for the long time. Like there wasn't anything clear coming right up, coming right up. Only thing we could say teams could be viewers who were following the test could say sure that Red Bull and Ferrari are going to be good. They will be in the top mix for sure. Also Mercedes had some problems, but then there is no one except the killable would have thought that are thinking and would have thought and are thinking that they will struggle with them all of the year, but everything after those is just like a big chaos. Like it wasn't as clear. Wasn't as clear up until now. Now it isn't too clear per se as well, but this the power after this free practice through the power levels are clearly the power levels. The team rankings are quite things are starting to show. Starting to show more. Starting to show up. And also speaking of Mercedes, no one basically everyone expected them to dominate straight away, but the whole testing was going to testing showed first they showed testing showed that they definitely have potential in the car. They have lots of pace in the car, but they aren't able to solve the porpoising issues at all. And basically this is this is the buzzword for this year. The porpoising, and you will hear it across this year because this this kind of how should I say in English? This kind of effect, this kind of this kind of occurrence is basically tied to the ground effect cars. They had porpoising in the late 90s, early 80s, when they had the first ground effect cars. And basically, and in layman terms, it basically caused by the basically caused by the car itself. That there is just so much downforce generating under the car that and the car gets sucked too much. Car gets sucked to the asphalt too much. But when it gets contacted, the downforce just drops back. Drops back. The car, the floor of the car lifts, and the downforce starts to rebuild itself, and it basically goes it goes into a cycle. The cycle the bottom and lift because of this. It is easy to it is relatively easy to solve, but easy to solve, but it is if you just want to eliminate that effect. If things would have just wanted to eliminate this effect, it would be easy, but that would that would mean that they would sacrifice like a lot of lap time. So the challenge is to eliminate porpoising without losing without losing lap time or losing too much of lap time. And apparently Mercedes is really struggling with it as even during even during this free practices today they were still struggling with it. Okay. Give me some time again. I will just like reassess myself. Okay, welcome back. Also like some other teams have had problem riddle tests. Like for example, McLaren. McLaren started out really good in Barcelona, but like last week was really hard on them. They first Ricardo getting COVID-19 and getting on the sideline, as well as the front brake issues that which was basically was caused by the front brakes as not having sufficient cooling. Sufficient cooling. Like also like both Alfa Romeo and Haas were struggling with reliability issues. Reliability issues. So they will be kind of they are like a kind of like a fragile, kind of like a fragile. Mm, Kind of fragile in fact when it comes to the speed, when it comes to like the reliability, which is kind of surprising because Ferrari didn't have any trouble or any really serious trouble when it comes to when it came to that when it came to that. And also this week also this week this week we can greet another driver who is coming back because Hülkenberg is back in the town as a replacement for Sebastian Vettel, as he is like getting he had contacted the COVID-19 and he's currently isolating and recovering. And so basically like this was the this was kind of like a lead up for this weekend, like new cars, new rules, new excitement, and also the questions like who will come up on the top. Well, the first, I wouldn't say that this is the first saber rattling, but the first, we can say like we can get sort of conclusions, some sort of conclusions this time, as free practice one and free practice two already happened. Sorry, I will be going back like I will be going back. I'm just chatting on the chatting on Discord right now. Like I have some I do have some I got some questions and I will be answering that. But no worries. I'm still here. I haven't died. I haven't died. I haven't been kidnapped by UFOs. I'm still here. I'm still here. You will probably hear me typing like a madman. I'm back. Oh yes. Sorry. Like I was just like thing is that like I like usually my words and just it takes too much of a like a quite of a time to answer. Here I am. Here I am back. I'm back, and this was the first practice result, which was still like okay, which wasn't as representative as it was being run during the afternoon at Bahrain. We have already got like got a taste of the new visuals because Formula One has updated its visuals this year. It still needs some like feedback. It still needs some like visual clarification. It still needs much more. It needs much more like a visual clarification. Visual clarification to be more and also the timing. I think that the center of the timing bar isn't as good. Isn't as a good option, so it should be moved like a bit of left, bit of right, bit of left or bit of right. For example, like when it comes to like the onboards, when it comes to the onboard. When it comes to like the onboard camera, we can see something, some action on the steering wheels on some sort. But yes, then again, this the first practice classification was live by Pierre Gasly. That there were like already there like this wasn't like wasn't too representative to the tempo and such. The tempo and such, but like as we could see that like Ferrari was like Ferrari as in the test, like they were like front runners. But this wasn't too much representative compared to like the free practice two. The other happenings on the free practice one that like gave a great other happening free practice one was that Bottas wasn't able to run anything because wasn't able to run at all because he had like a misfire. He had a misfiring in the engine. Also, he already had the first engine like first like power unit related change, power unit part change, like the electronic control unit must have been changed, like the control units have been changed in Bottas's car. And also like this what they say, this practice also gave us a funny side, and also the first yellow flag and first red flag of the official season, because Ocon's Renault wanted like to spontaneously combust. And basically it had some like spontaneous like weight reduction during free practice fun, basically quite close after the start, and not even like 7 or 8 minutes in, like 8 minutes in, just like bits of carbon just totally like exploding off the car. And we could see like a huge like a gaping big gaping hole on the Alpine, which was quite showing in the tell that and that they could have wrapped the sidepod more tightly if they wanted to, but for aerodynamic reasons the sidepods are shaped this way, and the thing is if you're seeing the change in the Alpine's sidepod, you can see like the raised sides, the raised sides how they're trying to kind of mimic the Ferrari and Haas way. By still within their philosophy. But free practice two is where the interesting things have happened. That one is relevant, more relevant, coming to the qualifying, qualifying, because because this was later on the evening session, just like the race, and our guess is that if Red Bull and Ferrari will be on the top is quite low, becoming true, as well as Mercedes still finding their way, but finding their way, and also there are some outliers. For example, Alonso and Bottas's time are crazy good, are crazy good in regards of results, and also it seems more clear that Williams are probably going to be bottom feeders this year. Bottom feeders this year, but McLaren, I would say that bit of outliers Alpine, Alfa Romeo, and McLaren in both in positive and negative ways. Positive outliers definitely Alonso and Bottas's time as personally I didn't expect them to have that much of a good run. While McLaren is I think there is much more pace in the McLaren. McLaren, and then anything else is just anything else is just I think that is kind of more of as expected, more or less expected, except the Hamilton's ninth place. Okay, I'm back. Uh, hmm. And also, as we can see, Haas definitely didn't mess around. This is also like really for the two people who were cheering for Haas even for the during the darkest days. Darkest days is kind of like a hard farming, kind of like a good comeback. Might be like a hope that things are going up for this team, as they are quite decent. They have actually quite a decent pace, and I would say that fighting in the Q3 would be possible for this team. And also I want to share like the I want to share like the sector times, sector time comparisons, some best sectors. I will just like overlay it here, so for better visibility. Better visibility. The first one, the first one is more. First one is like more crucial as. First one is more crucial as we can see that as we can see that as you can see on the sectors, best sectors, that's why other people doesn't believe the Mercedes too much, because both Russell and Hamilton have the both Russell and Hamilton really fast and really good, really decent sector two times, which are showing that the potential within Mercedes, but the both straights they were just criminally slow, and part of it because they didn't have a high engine modes. They didn't run with high engine modes, but they didn't have high engine modes. But even going faster and faster, the porpoising makes the braking unstable, and braking makes their braking unstable, and also they are losing speed. Thanks to it. So it's kind of like so it's so it's these both factors, but the thing is that I don't have the speed traps, but I was checking them out, and I was finding out weirdly that all the like a lot of Mercedes teams were in the bottom of the table, and even bottom of the table when it comes to speeds. Only Williams had relatively high top speeds, but even with that doesn't bode well for Mercedes. It doesn't bode well for Mercedes. It would be really fun. It would be really funny. It would be really funny and really funny if the best engine supplier turn out to the worst over time, like overnight, over just like a few months. Over just like a few months, and some have also have some image. The comparison like the previous years, like a oh no, that's not it. Comparing it to previous years is the previous years, like FP2 and qualification. That you could see that they are considerably. Sorry, I also like answering some like questions on the Discord again. So you will just like you be typing. Okay, I will be coming back to so like sorry, I'm just like thinking really hard for the questions and such. But as I said, I'm not being taken away by force. But I haven't been like suddenly robbed. Okay, I'm back. Back to that, and my things my things is just like oof. What I wanted to say that the times are like visibly slower this year, which is like which we should be we should be like we should be like it could be explained it could be explained by it could be explained by the could be explained by how the cars changed. But mostly it can be explained with the weight, because the cars just like got in cars just like 45, 48 kilos, 46, 45, 46 kilos or something like that. And that one definitely shows on the car's agility, like agility, plus the suspension and the bodywork changes. Like the cars are generating downforce very differently compared to how they were they aren't generating as much downforce on their bodywork on their wings. As they were. They will have they will have they will be slower on the slow corners, but slower on the slow corners, but they will actually gain speed on faster corners. Thanks to the ground effect. Thanks to the ground effect, and also their drag have been their drag have been reduced compared to last year, because of the less reliance on the wings. But the changes are like quite changes are like quite substantial, and if I could have like a guess, like we will see 130s, for the pole position. Like I would say like between 130. It will be the best time will be like 130. Like basically it will be like 130 point, or in the best times will what I wanted to say, the best times will move around like 1 point, like 30.6, 30.7, 30.8. Yeah, 30.8. Like that's a more realistic approach for these cars. So yeah. There is also like one and speaking English, like I will be having some I will be having some I will be showing it in the predictions for qualification race, because there are like some sector some every sector times, sector rankings, course of Lights Out blog, which this one shows heavily. This one shows heavily how Mercedes, how there is something up with the Mercedes engines, even Mercedes engines, and not just because Mercedes having detuning the engine, heavily the detuning the engine, having running a lower engine modes. As you can see, for the sector 1 and sector 3 is a little most apparent for this, because those are mostly like straights, most likely most straights with those are like most straights, and there aren't too much trickier corners. And this is something really weird to see. Really weird to see that three out of for sector one and sector two, three out of four Mercedes Mercedes teams, like the all customer Mercedes teams are just like the bottom of the table, which might be showing something that which is definitely interesting. And also this sector rankings, aren't showing the power level. McLaren should, if anything, like McLaren should be around the Alpine, like it should be around the place of Alpine and Alfa Romeo, Alpine and Alfa Romeo. And also this is also showing that Mercedes Mercedes does have like a potential. Like the sector two, when it comes to which is more like a slower technical, slower technical part of Bahrain. Bahrain is it is looking quite good for them, but because their porpoising issues being very visible during high speeds, they are losing a lot of time on sectors, sector 1 and sector 2, sector 1 and sector 3, and also seems that like Ferrari has also gained a lot of power. Ferrari has gained a lot of power, showing them not just their team, not just the factory team, but Alfa Romeo has like having decent positions in sector 1 and sector 3. Especially sector 3 was very favorable for Haas based on the graphics. But anything like a Red Bull had based on the top speeds, like Red Bull had like a Red Bull must have run either has like less drag or must have run like a bit higher engine mode, bit higher engine mode, like bit higher engine mode. Like we could see at the team we could see at the teams that for customer teams that they have the power, as Magnussen was tapping the speed trap chart. Whew. A speed trap chart. Whew. This is like this is going to shape up like a quite interesting session for tomorrow. Which I would say that which now also the results of this sessions show really clearly that Ferrari and Red Bull are going to duke out on the front. They are going to duke out on the front, but third on the I believe like Mercedes, where I put the Mercedes. It's bit iffy, like but like the third for the third strongest team is like it's quite difficult to tip, because I believe Mercedes will have like a third row lockout, but third row lockout, but the thing is that like they actually have to run. They have to run something. They have to change their setup. So change their setup on the way that the porpoising issue is eliminated in some form. Which probably makes them lose time. So I'm reluctant to put Mercedes on a bit reluctant to put Mercedes on the third place. And also I'm expecting a lot more from McLaren. McLaren is like a McLaren, but I don't think I will say sure that Aston Martin Williams will be like will be the teams who will exit in Q1. anything beyond that is just like big toss up, and big toss up. Like the bottom two and the top two teams are like top two teams, in my opinion, are seeing are more visible, are more clear, are more clear for me. And as for the prediction, sort of for qualification, like I would say that like Verstappen look like either Verstappen or Leclerc will get the pole position. And as I was saying earlier, the best time will be around 1:30.5 at best. But the race will be very different. And maybe the race will be very different. I just want to check out like quickly want to check out the what do they say? Want to check out if there is like any compilation of sector times. And all sector times and stuff, and the race run stints. Like and also now I'm checking that like the like there are like kind of like average lap times run on soft and stuff. Like Verstappen has just like had a spectacular run. The Leclerc didn't have too much of a run. Like Perez and Sainz had like be around the same. Around the same as well like Russell. Russell and Hamilton also close on medium. So if anything, that shows that Mercedes probably has more in the tank, but also quite skeptical skeptical about them as if they will eliminate porpoising, that will be affecting their really good sector 2 as well. And also it's really weird to see that McLaren has like McLaren has like had like a quite of like quite of like a uninspiring pace. Like Norris was running not so fast. It was not so fast. It wasn't as fast as I expected. Whew. For the race, like I would be saying that it's gonna be like a Red Bull Ferrari fight on the top, but for the long pace on the long stints are definitely like favoring the Mercedes. Might be in the mix, might be fishing. Might be able to fish some good results, but might be able to fish some good results. But we will see more after tomorrow. We will see more after tomorrow. When it's going to be like it's going to be a judgment day on the power levels and the team standings. Okay. That's it. That's it for this chat and chill talk. I'm really excited personally about this new season because Ferrari seems to be in the mix again, and as like a lifelong Ferrari fan, and kind of like a kind of a tifoso in heart. Like I'm just like really expecting Ferrari in the mix, and also the thing that look like a really good qualifying run, and also but the thing is also he didn't have like a good long stint. He didn't have like a good long didn't have like a good long stint. The good long stint doesn't have like a proper like a long run pace, long run pace. But even the average of the two laps, average of his two laps are quite are good, but then again that's just like a two. But then again, just two laps. Okay. We will see more tomorrow. I'm really excited. I hope you're excited too because this as far as it goes as far as it goes and as far as I judge this might be the first time first time after 2012, and it's going to be like a three-way fight. It's going to be like a three-way fight after 10 years in the making, which would just like which should just make all things more exciting. Okay then, thank you for watching me. I hope you enjoyed the stream, even though I had some pauses and issues. Had position issues. And I will see you guys next time. Hopefully to gonna be tomorrow then. I will be just like getting up to speed in Trackmania. Getting racing faster and such. Okay then. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you enjoyed the day. I hope you enjoyed this chat and chills stream. I'm not even able to speak. Oh my god. Anyways, now for the last time I try to properly say goodbye. Then I will be able to say goodbye now. Good night, good evening, good morning, wherever we are in the world. See ya.